So if you've come across this video, you're probably looking for a We Buy Houses company in Belmont, North Carolina. My name is Matthew Manus. I'm the owner of M1 Property Group. Thought I'd put together this video to offer our services and show you how we might be able to help you out. So if you're looking to sell in Belmont, what's our ultimate service? We're problem solvers first and foremost. We try to just flat beat out, traditional selling methods and make everything a lot easier. Make the selling process as simple as it can be. So we typically deal with a lot of complex real estate problems. Properties that need a lot of repairs, multiple air situations, title issues, unfinanceable properties, and the list kind of goes on and on. Some of the high level things we offer is convenience, easy process, speed, flexibility. No need to make expensive repairs, like I've said, and we actually can offer moving assistance, and then there's no need to even clean out the house. So you can literally take what you want and leave the rest. We've bought properties just completely full of furniture, so a lot of our sellers really like that. There's not going to be any realtor commission since we're buying direct, especially for sale by owner transaction. No closing costs. We cover all the buyer and seller closing costs, which a lot of our sellers really like, and all closings are with local real estate attorney, Harry Marsh Law. Been working with them for 5 years. They do all our North and South Carolina closings, extremely professional and reputable, and they understand complex closings. And then lastly, we can actually hire a mobile notary, so you don't even have to physically attend the closing. You don't have to drive across town or worry about it. Harry and his team will put together the closing documents. We'll get those to the mobile notary. They'll come to your work or your house or wherever you want to meet. You'll sign the documents, they'll notarize them, and then they'll have them back in Harry's hands, and he can perform the closing. So it's really that simple. Just kind of going through our process there in the blue column, and then the traditional sale process in the yellow. We'll kind of focus on the yellow since I've outlined a lot of our offerings there in the blue. But in a traditional sale, you're going to typically going to need to make the repairs to get the property market ready. You're going to need to clean to get it show ready. You're going to need to probably continue to clean between showings, which can be a little difficult if you've got kids and pets and that sort of thing. In our process, literally we'll do our initial walkthrough, but you're not going to have to deal with a bunch of showings, people coming in and tracking in and out of your house. In a traditional sale, once the MLS listing goes live, you need to be prepared for a number of showings throughout all times of the day. Just because buyers are working, they might have to come before work, during lunch, or after work, whatever the case may be. There's going to be realtor commissions, usually 6%. You're going to need to pay for your closing costs, and you actually might get asked by the buyer to help pay their closing costs too. Time. So most retail buyers need mortgage companies that can take 30 to 45 days, and even FHA loans can take up to 60 days. So something to consider. You're probably not going to get moving costs covered by your buyer. That's just extremely uncommon in traditional sale. And then lastly, like I've said, we'll run around, bend over backwards. We'll whether it's little or small, little or large, whatever the case may be, we'll do whatever we can to help you out. Is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't matter. We'll print documents off. We'll come by your house. We'll serve as a courier. We'll get them to the attorney. Anything we can do. We'll even show up and try to help you box some stuff up if you need some help with the moving process. And then but usually on a traditional sale, you're going to be on your own or need a realtor, or your realtor may be able to serve some of those purposes, but they're not going to necessarily do every little thing that we'd be willing to try to help you out with. But cost to sell, we try to educate our sellers on all the costs that can quickly add up. Most sellers, they might only sell a couple properties in their lifetime. So it's not always at the top of their head, all the costs that can quickly add up. So sort of just jumping into it. You got your 6% realtor commissions. You got closing costs. It could be in the range of 2 to 4%, probably closer to the higher, range of that. If you've got a buyer that's going to be requesting closing cost assistance, which is not uncommon in a traditional sale. You got holding costs such as utilities, insurance, interest, HOA, and landscaping, and some of those may not be applicable, so that can vary property to property. You've got repairs, so getting the property, all ready to go and market ready, and then you actually got the repairs when you're in the closing process and you have your buyer perform a home inspection. Home inspector shows these issues they came up with. Then the buyer is usually going to request that you fix some of those issues. So something to keep in mind. Then we got the contractual elements. So There's the home warranty request that comes into play a lot, usually on, that can be on older homes, especially. That's going to be in the range of, or somewhere around maybe $500. And then you've got the contractual element of appliance requests. So usually that'll come in, and it might be that they want you to leave the fridge or the washer and dryer, wherever the case may be. So you can see there's a number of costs to consider in a traditional sale, and actually can be in the range of maybe 12 to 15% of the list price. So it's a pretty good chunk. All right. So what about the types of properties we buy? Again, we solve problems. We try to help the best we can, especially with complicated issues where a traditional sale with a realtor might not work, or the average buyer might not be able to handle what your situation is. So here's what we're used to dealing with: foreclosure, people that are behind on payments, underwater, major issues, water damage, fire damage, code enforcement violations, inherited properties, probate, estate properties, multiple heirs where maybe the family's not getting along. We can serve as like a liaison or a glue to kind of bring it all together, make the deal happen. Retirement, people relocating for work, vacant land. We actually have experience with easement issues with vacant land as well. Unfinanceable properties, liens, judgments, back taxes, and but you can kind of see the recurring theme here. We have a lot of experience with properties that have complications. So just wrapping it up, you do have to ask yourself, I think, if you're willing to wait, maybe 3 to 4 months to get 85% or so of your list price by going the traditional route. And that's to say, if you decide today you're going to list your house, it's probably going to take at least a month just to get the property market ready. You're going to have time finding a realtor. You also have to consider what your contractor's schedules are. A lot of them are backed up right now. Then you have the time that the property is live. How long is it going to take you to get under contract? Then you have the actual closing process, which could be somewhere between 30 to 60 days. So that's where the 3 to 4 months comes from. But anyway, our process, no repairs, no commissions, no closing costs, quick closings, take what you want and leave the rest. You can leave the house full of furniture. And then we offer moving cost assistance. So I do appreciate you taking the time to check out the video. We do buy houses and land in Belmont, North Carolina. So please get in touch with us if you want to talk about your property. You can contact us at 704-727-6161. You can email us at info@m1propertygroup.com. And you can also check out the web pages on our site at www.m1propertygroup.com. And there's actually web forms on there that you can fill out and get your information to us, and we can reach out to you that way. So again, I do appreciate you taking the time to check out the video.